Tidal momentum and inventive traversal define the playful spirit of Seafrog. A nimble amphibian skates across flooded platforms and mechanical wreckage, using fluid movement to conquer layered environments. Pacing stays lively, blending precise platforming with light combat that rewards timing and control. New obstacles and boss fights test adaptability without overwhelming newcomers. Hidden upgrades and alternate routes encourage exploration beyond the main objective. Vibrant pixel art and an upbeat electronic score reinforce its buoyant tone. A confident action platformer driven by rhythm and creativity. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate is a deep, satisfying hunt with an enormous roster of monsters and weapons. Combat feels weighty and rewarding, and every encounter demands strategy and timing. The sheer volume of content is staggering, with hundreds of quests, armor sets, and skills to explore. Multiplayer adds another layer of fun and challenge. While the visuals lean toward the retro side, the gameplay holds strong. A true test of patience and planning, it rewards those who stick with it through every tough battle. Rune Factory 3 Special creates a relaxing rhythm of life and adventure where farming, friendships, and dungeon crawling naturally fall into place. The refreshed visuals and improved mechanics bring new life to a beloved classic, while the whimsical world and cast remain as endearing as ever. Combat feels smooth, and daily routines are satisfying without becoming repetitive. A welcome return that rewards patience, curiosity, and a love for lighthearted fantasy woven into everyday moments. Yakuza Kiwami 2 turns Kamurocho into a dense crime drama powered by raw emotion and unforgettable characters. Kazuma Kiryu's clash with Ryu Gogotoku hits hard through strong writing, expressive combat, and side stories packed with humor and heart. Fights carry weight, the city stays lively, and every detour adds flavor. It's a confident remake that respects its roots while making every moment engaging and rewarding, with lasting impact long after the final chapter fades. Boss battles impress, and quiet moments deepen the bond with the cast. Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion feels like a strong return to classic shooters while modern updates make it more approachable. The remaster upgrades the visuals with sharper detail and smoother performance, breathing new life into the dark environments and intense combat. Weapon variety keeps encounters exciting, and the dual protagonists give extra depth to the campaign. Smart level design and improved controls make revisiting this game worthwhile. As a remaster, it stands as a testament to how timeless gameplay can still feel engaging today. Mana Spark is a surprisingly engaging action roguelite that rewards patience and precision. Every encounter feels tense, with enemies that actually think and react instead of just rushing in. The pixel art gives the world a gloomy charm, and the steady sense of progress keeps runs exciting. Combat feels tight, especially when mastering ranged attacks and timing dodges. It's challenging but fair, and each death teaches something new. For those who enjoy strategic dungeon crawling, Mana Spark quietly stands out as a satisfying and thoughtful adventure. Xuan Yuan Sword 7 delivers a solid mix of action and ancient Chinese mythology, with a story that feels grounded yet immersive. The combat feels responsive, weapons carry weight, and the combo system keeps battles engaging. Environments are detailed, and the soundtrack fits each moment well. Characters are well voiced and developed through dialogue and lore. It's a game that keeps momentum through its mix of exploration and storytelling. For those seeking a focused journey through myth and swordplay, this one definitely holds attention. Arcade Legacy surges forward, with modern energy and Yars recharged. A resilient insectoid hero breaches fortified enemy defenses in brisk arena battles. Combat feels responsive, encouraging precision movement and well-timed bursts of offense. Each stage escalates patterns and introduces boss encounters that demand rhythm and focus. Unlockable abilities and challenge modes extend replay appeal for dedicated competitors. Vivid visuals and a pulsing electronic soundtrack heighten the intensity. A sleek reimagining that respects its origins while delivering refined action. Untitled Goose Game is a comedic stealth and sandbox game in which players play as a cheeky goose in a little community. The game takes place in a beautiful environment full of strange characters and surprises. They wander through backyards, explore shops, and disturb the tranquil village green. The game has a special honk button for maximum mayhem. There are 2 horrible geese in an exciting new 2-player cooperative mode. Players can team up as a pair of awful geese to double the honks, collaborate on pranks, and cause even more havoc on the unsuspecting townsfolk.
I'm Charles Reed, private detective.
The sinking city sets a heavy, eerie tone that lingers long after putting it down. It's flooded, decaying streets and constant sense of dread create a setting that's hard to forget. The investigative mechanics feel rewarding, with clues genuinely needing attention. The Lovecraftian lore is thick and unsettling, deepening the unease. While movement and combat feel a bit stiff, the mood more than compensates. A slow, tense dive into madness that rewards patience with atmosphere and intrigue. Few games attempt this boldly. Wizordum is a love letter to classic spell-slinging action, with fast combat and clever level layouts that reward curiosity. Combat stays punchy thanks to responsive controls, while secret paths and hidden upgrades keep progress exciting. The retro look supports clear readability during hectic fights, and the soundtrack keeps momentum high without distraction. Enemy variety pushes smart positioning, and boss battles test timing and spell choice in satisfying ways. Replay value stays strong as mastery grows, runs smoothly, and respects player skill. Fabledom is a simple city-building game in which players may establish their own kingdom in a fanciful universe. The game takes place in a storybook world where players might encounter giants, witches, flying pigs, and hidden treasures. The game stresses love and honesty through novel city-building mechanisms. Players may progress their kingdom by cultivating their economy and trading rare materials, as well as engaging in diplomatic interactions with other kingdoms. The game also lets players choose their hero and create their town guard to protect their kingdom. Double Kick Heroes is an exciting rock and metal rhythm game in which players must negotiate 30 levels of mayhem to save their band from a frightening nightmare. Players can combat creatures with their Gundilek in arcade mode. The game includes 30 blistering metal tracks created by a great composer known for both video games and metal. Players may get new gear and modify their Gundilek to their taste. The game has explosions, rebels, militias, zombies, road rage, psychosis, and an apocalyptic atmosphere, providing an exciting experience for gamers. The Land Beneath Us is a game in which players use their abilities and weapons to destroy opponents. Mastering skill combinations enables players to launch strong assaults and chain amazing actions. Navigating Anwen's deep underworld presents players with a variety of obstacles, including epic boss encounters and difficult riddles. However, the rewards are worth the risk, as successful players uncover hidden secrets and powerful artifacts. Players must navigate the dangers of Anwen to emerge victorious and prove their worth. Spirit Mancer arrives with confident energy, blending fantasy combat with modern arcade rhythm. Set in a fractured realm, it follows a bold demon hunter whose strength comes from timing, control, and clever positioning. Battles move fast yet stay readable, rewarding calm reactions and steady flow over button mashing. Beneath the surface, upgrades, spirit contracts, and branching routes add calm variety and replay pull. Clean pixel art and sharp music support the pace without distraction. It stands as a complete, satisfying adventure that respects players too. Bleak isolation and surreal dread shape the world of Saviorless. Fractured figures traverse a decaying island where reality feels unstable and every encounter carries weight. Movement blends deliberate platforming with tense combat that rewards patience over impulse. Boss confrontations heighten intensity, demanding careful timing and awareness of shifting patterns. Hidden passages and narrative fragments encourage deeper exploration. Stark hand-drawn visuals and a haunting score reinforce the oppressive tone. A somber action-adventure defined by atmosphere and restraint. Terra Memoria, a world with decreasing magic crystals and ancient robotics. 6 friends set out on a quest to restore balance. Their expedition begins in an old ruin where the first evidence of awakened robots are found. They travel through various settings, encountering both friendly and fierce creatures, and confront obstacles that test their resolve and camaraderie. As they work through the problem, they find that the decreasing crystals are an expression of the land's spirit. To restore balance, they must battle a malevolent force that intends to use the crystals for its own evil ends. Elypse is a 2D Metroidvania platformer that combines platforming and action in a dark and ominous setting. The protagonist has spent a decade alone amid the cave's stones. To leave the abyss, he must discover a gateway. The game takes place in a treacherous world full with traps and hazards, using a dash and slash navigation system. Players may advance by unlocking new talents and powers to help them overcome problems. The game also has magnificent scenery and 3 diverse biomes to explore. The final objective is to make their way back to their people. Lords of Exile hits with fierce retro energy, channeling the spirit of classic 8-bit action games. Crisp controls and sharp pixel art give each level a strong nostalgic bite. The combat feels responsive, with satisfying weapon variety and intense boss battles that keep the challenge steady. Music fuels the momentum with a pulsing, memorable soundtrack. There's a raw confidence in its design that keeps the focus sharp. A strong reminder of why old-school action still has a place in modern gaming. Paper Trail is a puzzle adventure game set in a foldable, paper-based universe where players take on the role of page, an aspiring academic. The game requires you to fold the universe, merge various sides, and solve riddles in order to explore undiscovered places and unearth ancient truths. As players advance, the difficulties get increasingly difficult, necessitating nuanced manipulation of the paper world. Players must complete puzzles that challenge their cognitive talents while also introducing page to a variety of individuals and their tales. Schildmaid MX carries the quiet weight of an old saga, shaped by steel, duty, and steady resolve. The story follows a disciplined warrior navigating hostile lands with patience and purpose rather than brute force. Combat flows with deliberate timing, rewarding calm reads, clean movement, and smart positioning. Progress unfolds through gear tuning, skill paths, and tucked-away routes that invite return visits. Muted colors and a restrained score reinforce its focused tone. The result is a complete, satisfying adventure that respects the player's time well.
You're starting to get heavy.
Mindcop is a refreshingly unique detective experience that blends pixel art charm with clever puzzle mechanics. You play as a cybernetic investigator diving into suspects' memories to uncover the truth, and the mind-hopping gameplay never gets old. Its quirky humor, layered storytelling, and atmospheric synth soundtrack kept me hooked from start to finish. Each case feels distinct, offering just the right amount of challenge without becoming frustrating. It's a smart, stylish indie gem that rewards curiosity and deduction in all the right ways. Bread and Freda is a delightful co-op platformer that thrives on teamwork, timing, and a good sense of humor. Each climb through the snowy mountains brings a mix of challenge and laughter as two penguins try to reach new heights together. The physics-driven jumps feel unpredictable but satisfying when coordination pays off. Its cozy visuals and upbeat tone transform moments of failure into shared fun. Bread and Freda turns cooperation into chaos in the best way, keeping every tumble and triumph worth celebrating with a friend. Rusty Rangers is a side-scrolling action game that thrives on its retro-inspired combat and satisfying progression. Each mission feels rewarding as new weapons and upgrades steadily expand the ways battles can be approached. Enemy patterns keep encounters engaging, while the cooperative play adds an extra layer of fun. The pixel art style carries a nostalgic charm, and the soundtrack complements the action with energy and atmosphere. As the hours roll by, the consistent sense of reward makes it easy to keep jumping back into missions. Infernal strategy returns with heightened ambition in Monster Train 2. Commanders defend a multi-level locomotive carrying sacred embers through hostile territory. Hard-driven battles reward careful placement and synergistic deck building across 3 vertical floors. New clans and upgrade paths deepen tactical variety between runs. Boss confrontations test foresight and resource management under pressure. Stylized hand-drawn art and a driving metal soundtrack reinforce the chaotic tone. A layered roguelike built on planning and decisive execution. In February 1945, Gerda Larson, a young nurse, is torn between her community devotion and her desire to save her husband. Her decisions will have an influence on her future and the lives of countless others. The game is a story-driven RPG in which you utilize your personality traits, alliances, and available resources to influence Gerda's path. Documenting Gerda's adventures in her journal earns her personality skill points, which may be used at critical moments to unlock unique actions, establish trust, or stay hidden. Your decisions will eventually result in various significant endings.
The darkness around me feels suffocating.
The Ancient Order of the Enduring Flame has consumed the Mist, a strange power. Players must travel through many opponents, each with their own set of abilities and weaknesses, in order to discover the origins of the Mist. For better their chances of success, they might specialize in other fighting tactics such as swordplay or elemental magic. Speed runs are offered for individuals who wish to put their talents to the test. The destiny of the island and its residents is in your hands, and you must become the hero to bring peace and prosperity back to the island. Adventure of Samsara draws players into a mysterious realm filled with clever puzzles, smooth combat, and striking visual depth. Every section feels thoughtfully crafted, encouraging curiosity and rewarding persistence with smart design choices and satisfying discoveries. The world has a calm yet enigmatic tone, strengthened by a soundtrack that enhances the game's emotional pull. Adventure of Samsara maintains a strong rhythm from one challenge to the next, creating a sense of steady growth and rewarding adventure that keeps attention locked throughout. Bamerang is a fast, chaotic party game that thrives on timing, reflexes, and pure mayhem. Up to 4 players hurl boomerangs across colorful arenas, trying to knock each other off platforms while keeping their own balance. Its simple controls make it easy for anyone to jump in, but mastering the tricky physics takes practice. The vibrant visuals, bouncy soundtrack, and unpredictable matches keep the energy high. It's a fantastic pick for friends looking for a quick, competitive game that never loses its fun or spontaneity.
Bubsy is back!
Bubsy in the Purrfect collection revives a playful corner of platforming history with surprising grace. The quick-footed bobcat darts through vibrant stages shaped by momentum, clean jumps, and fast hazard reads, The pacing stays lively, encouraging confident movement while tucked-away paths reward sharper attention. Multiple releases, museum-style materials, and score chasing give the package broader long-term replay appeal. It feels quietly polished and genuinely easy to enjoy. Bright cartoon visuals and upbeat soundtracks capture the era faithfully,